Hey everybody, welcome to Live with DJ Rossstar. This is the Instagram Live edition. Today we're going to talk to my good old friend JR from Less Than Jake. If you have questions during the interview, you can send them in the chat below. We're going to talk for about 20 minutes, which should give us plenty of time to cover all the bases, but also all the stuff that you guys are dying to know. So if you have questions during this interview, feel free to send them in the chat below. Once again, this is DJ Rossstar, and we are going to be talking to my buddy JR from Less Than Jake. I do not think we can invite Less Than Jake to join the official page, so we will invite JR on his page. Questions below. Waiting for JR. And if you have questions, feel free to post them in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. So like I said, we've got 20 minutes to go through this. We're going to cover all the best things going on with Less Than Jake and hopefully get to some fan questions as well. And now we're just waiting for JR to pop into the chat. Once he's in, we are all set. So let's hang on. Let's get JR in here and we'll be good to go. Should be on in just a second. Waiting for JR. Don't go anywhere, guys. Hello, Chad. Hello, Q of the downside. Hello, Kristen in the city. Hello, Steve Sievers. Hello, Nrunk, N41. For some reason, it says that he is unable to join, and I am not too sure why it says that. Does anybody have any idea why that would be happening? I do not know. Maybe he has to join the chat first. Didn't happen the last 2 weeks, but we're going to work on it, and we're going to get it all figured out. So don't go anywhere. Hang out. It's a nice day out. All right, Less Than Jake's in the room. Let's see if we can invite Less Than Jake. Here we go. Now we should be good to go. Do we have JR? Yeah.
You made it.
Technology, bro.
Yeah, it's great. How's it going?
Good. I haven't seen you this close up in a while, just from the audience. I love it.
Yeah, that's a nice porch you have there.
Oh,
Very
thank you. We just started. I'll give you a little sneak peek here. We just started decorating it. We got the plants hanging out back there.
nice.
Nice Austin, Texas day. Where are you? Where are you right now?
I'm home in Connecticut. We have a little bit of a break between the two legs of the summer circus. So right now I'm home planning the rest of the summer circus, and we're starting to work on some tour dates for next year and a lot of things. A lot of things.
So when you're off of tour, you're never actually really off. You
No,
can't just go and hang out all day long. You've got stuff to do.
I wish we could just hang out all day long, but that's in order to keep touring, you have to keep booking tours. So
Besides talking to me today, let's go through your day, a day in the life of JR. What happens after we get off the Instagram today?
I have a phone call with one of our agents, and then I have to open my laptop and answer the 50 emails that I haven't answered in the last 48 hours. And then,
50 emails, and none of them are for me. Everybody, don't think I'm
nope,
a crazy stalker.
no, just a bunch of stuff. People looking for stuff, asking for forms, questionings, and all kinds of stuff. And then I have a chiropractor appointment this afternoon, and I don't know. It's an office day, so I stay in the office and take phone calls from people all day. So nothing really exciting, but keeps me busy. That's the majority of my day today. And then tomorrow, it's Friday, so we'll maybe take a flyer on Friday and make it a long weekend. Who knows?
Do you still have friends from childhood that live in your neighborhood that you can go hang out with when you're back?
God, I don't live in my old neighborhood.
Oh, okay, okay.
I do see people like, I have friends, from town or whatever, that I see from time to time, you know what I mean? But I don't know, when I'm in between tours, and specifically, I don't really go too many places or go out too far because a couple of reasons. One, I don't want to get sick, right? And that's just like the more I'm already around groups of people, and when I got back from the last leg of the tour, I got sick. So if I'm gonna get sick, I'd rather it be when we're on tour around a bunch of people than just me going to some bar down the street to see some friends that I can see when I get home in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, it's just like it's only a certain amount of time that I'm here, and I have to like take care of things around my house and life stuff that everybody has to do. So that's I
Do you have
wish.
any pets, or do you have any pets,
No,
or is that not possible?
not possible, unfortunately. I don't even, I don't have a significant other. So if you don't have a significant other, you can't have a pet. You got to
This,
start with
this
that
is true.
first, you know.
You're just living in the house alone.
I don't specifically like to let everybody know my living,
Okay.
how I live, just because of
I like
I
that
do go on.
privacy. I like
Well,
it.
I do go on tour, and I wouldn't want people to think that like, oh, you can just come to my house when I'm on tour
Oh,
and nobody's here. Like that's not how it is. So
well,
you
I'll
know what
tell
I
them the
mean.
truth. You told me you have 5 ninjas that live with
That's
you.
right.
So,
7, one for
oh,
each
you're
day of the week.
7 now. Okay, 7. So
Yeah,
I wouldn't think about breaking into your
one
house.
for each day of the week. It's
This
pretty
is
cool.
true.
Yeah.
So you have a little break, and the tour is starting up again. Very cool. I'm excited to see you down here in Austin. And then, like you said, you're working on the next thing and the next thing. So I'm guessing there will be something in the fall, or are you guys just going to go back and work on music?
There is. We're playing. We have a bunch of one-offs in the fall. So like, we're playing the Supernova Ska Festival in Virginia. We're playing Furnace Fest in Alabama. We're doing the Warp Tour in Orlando. And then, yeah, we will probably be doing some kind of recording at some point, but I don't have any specific plans or ideas of what that is. But, we're always just trying to keep moving. You know what I mean? So if we can keep moving and doing stuff, then that's positive.
Now, I know Chris has a podcast. Do you work on anything else at this point in the
No,
creative
God,
realm?
I don't have any time. Like, I don't know where I would find the time to work on anything else.
Wow.
Unless I
What
take
would
it.
you want to do? What would you want to do if you had time for more hobbies?
Um, what would I do if I had time for more hobbies? Shit, I don't know. I'd probably go to more baseball games or something.
Okay. What about, have you ever tried to play a different instrument or learn chess or
I know how to play chess and know how to play different instruments. I don't. I think I'm beyond the age of like wanting to
trying new
like
things?
pick up a new hobby or something like that.
I
You
would
know
think
what I
as
mean? Like,
we get older, we should pick up more so we don't get bored with daily routine. But I guess your life is sort of different every day.
yeah,
You
I
sort of
mean,
different.
maybe I'll take up like crocheting or something in the next 10 years when I need something to like find, time to fill or whatever. Normally now, if I have free time, I just like to be free with my time and like not have to think about other things, maybe play a guitar or something. You know what I mean? Like the things that um, I used to do more before I was a little more involved in the business side of things. So
And now you've been in this band 25
yeah,
years. So this is a big celebration for you. I looked it up. 2000.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Does
It's
it,
well a quarter of a century.
does
A
it feel
long
like
time.
25 years, 50 years, 100 years? How do you feel?
It doesn't. I mean, it just feels like a long time. It feels like the majority of my life, which it is. It has been. So, I'm lucky there to keep doing it, and I try not to think too much about it or think too deep into it because then it starts kind of freaking me out a little bit. So it's just easier to pay attention to it every day. You know what I mean? Like you just have to
Yeah,
like
just
tend
every
to it
moment.
like you'd have to tend to it like you tend to your garden, your lawn, your house, your car, things that need tending to. So
So in 25 years, is there anywhere that Less Than Jake haven't played that you really want to go to in your lifetime?
um yeah, I think I'd like to go to China.
Okay.
I would like to go. There's several countries on like the Pacific Rim that we haven't been to yet, like the Philippines and um you know, that whole area of Vietnam, you know, it just seems like it would be kind of a cool place to play shows at some point.
Yeah.
Um,
Do they have ska fans in China and the Philippines?
sure.
I have no
Yeah,
idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I mean, the
You
internet
should
is
try that.
everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like how it was in the 90s where it's just like, oh, I wonder if they have distribution there. You have distribution everywhere. The internet makes it
So if we get
super
you
easy.
out to the Philippines, they will show up.
Usually, if you are a band that has some sort of legacy and you show up into a market for the first time, you do pretty well, just because there's excitement because you go, So, yeah, there's places that we haven't been, but, we're also at a point in our lives where um, we don't want to torture our bodies anymore. And a lot of touring is a pretty torturous thing, like for a human to go through, like
Sure.
mentally and physically. And the older you get, the worse it gets mentally and physically. So we are not touring as much as we used to, even though maybe it seems like we're on tour a lot, but we're really only playing about 40 to 50 live shows a year, where we used
Wow.
to play like 200, you
Yeah.
know. But it's also because we just, in order to put on the kind of performances that we want to do, it's hard, as you get older. So if you see that we're coming into town, you should probably come and get a ticket, because it might be 2 years or more until we come back to town.
Wow.
That's kind of how it's been now, So,
Are you
as you
still
get older,
on one
you
bus
have to think
together?
that way.
Are you
What's
still
that?
all on one bus, just stacked up,
Oh,
sleeping?
oh yeah. Can't get away from each other.
Wow. Have you had the same spot for 25 years
No,
on the bus?
God, no. I've been I've pretty much slept in almost every bunk, that you can. I try to stay in the one bunk now, so just so like people know where I am in the morning if somebody has to wake me up. But beyond
Good point.
that, it's been the same. It's been all over the place.
So I did cheat because I don't like surprises, and I
Cool.
looked at the set list. Seems like you're doing something from every record, except I didn't see any G and VFLA. But otherwise, it seems like you're covering everything this time.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't play anything. I think we had like some songs. We have a B list,
Yeah.
right? That's like songs that we could like stick in, because we have like, a couple of like in San Diego, we're playing 2 shows in a row, and then like, like if it's close driving distance, like Portland and Seattle, maybe we're switching songs out. So we do have like a B list of like 10 other songs that we kind of been flipping in and out. And I don't remember why there wasn't a GNV song, but I feel like we did practice
You just
like
have
Lion
so many songs at
City or
this point, so
something.
it's hard to
Yeah. Well,
pick.
it's like, and it's also too like we have a new record that just came out, so
Yeah.
like we're playing, 3 or 4 songs off of that, and so, we always like to move forward, and we also you have, how do you get a 34-year career into an hour and 20 minutes? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So, um, it's just, I don't know. Chris writes all the set lists, and then we look at the set list and everybody kind of makes their notes on it, and then you don't really know how it goes until you get out there and you play it. You know what I mean? Like, you can rehearse a set a million times, but until you're in front of people and you see how fans react or respond to the songs, you don't know if it's paced correctly. You don't know if, so you figure it out. So like what we played in Atlanta on day show one certainly wasn't the same set that we were playing in Cleveland by the last show. You know what I mean? Because we had gotten some work into it, and we played, and we're like, oh well, this song maybe works better here, maybe we shouldn't play this new song, maybe we play this new song. And I mean, it's always tweaks. And then like when you start taking more production out, we're taking the summer circus, so it's all kinds of shit going on, you know what I mean? And so you don't want too much stuff going on, but you want to have enough stuff going on. So like I said, gone are the days for Less Than Jake where we would just toss everything in the van and the trailer and write the set list on a piece of toilet paper when we got to the gig, and you know hoping that the set goes great. There's a lot more
Structure.
like, not structure, but a lot more planning. Like, we named this tour Figure the Planning when we were in Australia last year in October. So it took 7 months worth
Wow.
of work to get us to day one in June to go. So like I said, gone are the days of just we'll figure. I mean, I remember we used to like be 2 weeks out from a tour and somebody be like, "Are we getting a new backdrop?" And this wasn't that long ago. You know what I mean? So
Wow.
like, it's trying to not be like every other punk rock band, I guess, and just we want to do a little more, and that's all.
But at least the jokes aren't planned, or I hope they're not planned.
God, no, there's no. I mean, the only planning of the set list that we have are the songs that are in the row. Like, I don't know what the hell anybody's gonna say. Like, all that stuff is still no idea.
You're still caught off guard, so you might actually have a genuine laugh
Yeah,
out of one of their jokes up there. That's
yeah,
great. What
man.
makes it
It's
fun for you
we
too
still
then?
have fun.
Is there any song you wish you could put in the set list, but you always get overruled?
There's no overruling. There's not like there's no like song that I'm like, oh man, I wish we played this one more, or we try them at rehearsal, and if people like them, if everybody, the five of us like it, then we do it. And sometimes, like sound check and stuff, I'll, Buddy or myself will say some weird B-side that we never play, and we
Yeah.
hack through it, and then sometimes be like, oh, we should play that tonight, but there's nothing that I'm like longing to play that we haven't played. Like, we really kind of covered in the last 5 years. We've pretty much played almost everything. Having Matt Yonker as a drummer for our band has made it a little easier to perform songs like that are a little more complicated, or a little more like what's the word, like older, and maybe we haven't touched in a while. His brain works pretty good, like recalling a bunch of those older songs that he's
That's
really
great.
never
Yeah, it's
played. So
something new.
yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Q of the downside says KOTDS should be played because it eats down. Maybe he
Yeah,
meant eats down or eats
it's
down. I'm not
King
sure.
of the Downside. That was on
Yeah.
Silver Linings, and I know that that's Kiwu's favorite song. Has mentioned that several times,
At
and
your
that
show, who knows?
yeah, that is certainly up to Chris to makes. Like, they can scream song requests at me all day long. Unfortunately, I don't. I'm not the guy that makes that list. I just play the list that gets put in front of me.
When you're up there playing, are you looking at? I always wonder this. Are you looking at people in the eyes, or are you just looking at the vast sea of humans?
Depends on the moment. Sometimes in the direct eye contact is good. Sometimes I look over people's heads. Sometimes I am thinking about something completely different than what's going on in front of me. Like, it's just, I guess it depends on the moment.
Let's see. Now he's manifesting it, so that's good. And the Dreaming Insomniacs, Less Than Jake is one of my all-time favorite bands. This is awesome. Thanks for tuning in. And it must be great for you, just like my favorite band, Green Day, to see people of all generations coming to your shows, because that's what I see when I go to see you play now.
Yeah, it's
Surreal.
weird. It's a little weird. Like, we're seeing more kids at the shows now, full families, and it's a good thing. It's actually heartwarming for a band that is kind of like a bunch of everybody's dirty step cousins,
Yeah,
like that. We are charming. Our dirty talk and stupidity is charming enough for people to want to bring their children to be a part of it. You know what I mean? And so
yeah.
I don't know if it's a good show or bad parenting. I haven't figured it out yet, but
Could be a
I'm
little
not
bit of
trying
both, but
to.
could be a little bit of both.
Yeah,
But it works for them.
yeah, and uh, I just we're trying to make the experience good for the kids, especially when they come now to the show, because, like, we joke, we're like, Less Than Jake is cheaper than a babysitter, which is kind of true.
Yeah.
Our ticket to Less Than Jake's like $35 to $40, and an hour of a babysitter's like $20 an hour. So,
Is it 20 now? Wow.
yeah.
So I know we got
So,
to wrap up. I wanted to ask you, the older I get, the harder it is for me to find new artists that I'm into, but you're
sure.
around it all the time. So I was just curious what you've been listening to lately, and maybe it's something I can go check out after this.
Oh God, like, I'm the wrong guy to ask.
I feel
I
you
wish
stay
I
on the
was.
pulse with that stuff, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, the Pulse is kind of like friends of
Nice.
mine that suggest things. They're like, "Oh, you should check this out." I really like Omnigon. So that is Adam. He used to be in Link 80 years ago, and
Good
so he
band,
has
yeah.
a group called Omnigon. I know that they're not new, but they're new maybe to the world.
Okay.
I really like. We just had Bite Me Bambi on the first leg with us. They're
That
excellent.
counts. That's
Yeah, they're an
newish.
excellent band.
Yeah.
We're about to have Cat Bite on the next leg with us, and I really like the things that they're doing. Uh, Jur, right? Skatu Network, but their solo group, Jer, right? Jer.
J-E-R. Okay.
Yeah, they're really doing some of the most forward thinking ska music that I'm seeing from the younger group of people right now. Like, I just really like their whole presence, what they're doing, like live. It's an experience, and like they play pretty much every instrument too, which is like kind of fucking mind blowing, in this day and age. So that's not and I know that they just put a new record out, so it's definitely worth checking it out.
I'm gonna go check it out right now. See, you're a good salesman.
Yeah, I mean, these are like things that I feel like should have some highlight on them. You know what I mean? Like
I love it.
in a
Hey,
in
you
a
know what? You did good.
real
You don't have to think anymore. You gave me like five off the top of your
well,
head, which
good,
is awesome.
because I want to at least sound like I know something that I'm
Anything you
doing.
want to tell the people at home before we go? Because they're gonna watch this on the replay. Let's get them
Yeah,
hyped for the summer.
Summer Circus, lessthanjake.com. Tickets are on sale. West Coast. We are coming. Us, Suicide Machines, Fishbone, and Catbite. And it is the punk rock tour of the summer. So if you miss it, it's your own fault.
What a lineup!
Yeah,
Wow, I
man.
can't wait, man. I'll see you soon.
Thanks, bud. I
Have,
appreciate your time.
have a good day. Sort of off, but not really, man.
Speak soon. Thanks.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.